And I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge, my only place of safety. My God in whom I trust, my God in whom I trust, like a bird protecting its own. You will cover me, you will shelter and protect me underneath your great and mighty wings. Mighty wings. And I will call on you, and I will call on you, and I will call on you, and you will answer me. You always answer me. Hey everyone, welcome to my living room. I thought I would get on tonight and sing Psalm 91. So as you're getting on, press the share button, just blast out this incredible psalm of hope, of protection, of the Lord covering us and protecting us under the shadow of His wings. And I love this psalm because when you're under the shadow of His wings, this is a comforting shadow. This is not the walking through the shadow of death. This is the comforting shadow that we are so close, that we are tucked in so close to God, that He is covering us with His shadow. It's a picture of like the mother hen that spreads out her wings, and she gathers all of her little chicks and she protects them. And this is a psalm that many say Moses wrote. And I love Psalm 91 for this season. So do me a favor, press the share button. If you know anyone that needs comfort, needs healing, just write their name. We want to pray for them. But tonight we're in my living room. This is where we live in the beautiful state of California. But I thought I would tell the story of my incredible Steinway. We used to always call it our first baby because it's a baby grand. And in all the places that I've ever lived, we've always needed to have the perfect spot for this piano. But years and years ago, when I was in high school, every year I went to a piano contest. And I grew up on classical music. I grew up on, Brahms and Beethoven and Bach and Schubert. And every year I went to a piano contest, and every year they would eliminate people. And it got to where I was at my third year, and at this point there's only 3 people that were in because of the process of elimination over the years, there was just 3 of us. And all of a sudden, one day, my mother just told my dad, I want Julie to have a baby grand. I want her to have a baby grand. And she did all of this research, and she found out at the time that the best piano you could get was a Steinway. And she said, you know what? we need a Steinway for Julie. It has to be a Steinway. And my dad was like, we're not going to buy a Steinway. But anyway, as I got closer and closer to going to this piano contest, my dad one day just kind of flippantly said, you know what, I'll tell you what, if you win that contest, I'll buy you a baby grand, thinking there's no way I'd ever win. Well, lo and behold, I did really, really good, and I actually won. I won. I was a junior in high school, and I won the piano part of it, but I won the overall division of it, and I got a scholarship to the college of my choice. And I went home, and I was like, Dad, I won. And I remember that I think his face turned white at the time, you know, because he had said, sure, I'll buy you a grand. And a couple months later, my mom and I were in Topeka, Kansas. And we went in this music store, and I sat down to play the piano. And one of the guys that was working at the store, he came up and he said, you know, we've got a beautiful baby grand in the back room. It was a piano teacher, and she just wanted a new one. He said, it's great. And he said, it's for sale for $5,000, which is a steal at the time. And so I went back and I played this piano. I loved it. It was 17 years old, and I was 17 years old. So this piano is as old as I am. And it has seen a lot of storms, a lot of wind, a lot of rain, but it has stuck with me for years and years. But I remember my mom called my dad, and she goes, Randy, I found the perfect piano. And it was like a fourth of the price of any Steinway that was out there. And I'll tell you what, within a week, I had a Steinway piano. And this piano, it has seen me through some times. This is where I wrote so many songs. It's where I wrote, pick me up like a paintbrush, God, dip it in the colors of my life, and paint your picture, Father, fashion a heart that is wholly yours. It's where I wrote, let the fragrance arise, la 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 la, la 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 la. Anyway, we were sitting at the table tonight, and I was telling my family a little bit about when this Steinway came into our house and the story behind it, and we just thought, that's such a great story. And I'm like, thank you, Mom, that, you know, your mom, she just had her mindset that I was not going to have anything but a Steinway. And you know what? God had a great Steinway set in the back of Hume's music store in Topeka, Kansas. And oh my gosh, that was 1977. And here in 2020, I still have it. I'm still playing. It's went through a lot of moves, but it's still beautiful. And there's just something about playing a real piano in your living room and the acoustics of the piano in the living room. So we just thought, hey, let's do some living room sessions. So anyway, that is the family story of our Steinway. I love to say, hey, if you have a dream on your heart, I had a dream as a little girl of a beautiful baby grand. I never thought that I'd ever have one, and God had one actually set aside. And I just think every good and perfect gift comes from above, comes from the Father of lights. He loves to bless his children. So anyway, just wanted to let you in on that story. We're going to go live again tomorrow night at 8:30 right here in my living room at 8:30 p.m. Pacific. So hey, jump on, do me a favor and share. If you like this psalm, I was singing Psalm 91. If you like that, I want to encourage you to check out that link intotheriver.net where we are singing our way through the Psalms. We've recorded Psalm 1 through Psalm 51, and we just recorded Psalm 91 for this season that we're in, and we're bringing the Psalms into our everyday life. So check out intotheriver.net, share, and hey, watch for tomorrow night at 8:30 because we're going to be right here singing the Psalms. Amen and amen.
Let the fragrance arise.